Let's take a quick look inside this nice little carrying case. Get a little bag of extras, which is a screwdriver and a few props. And before I make too many mods on this thing, I want to show it in its original state. I mean, that's not original. And I had to do some improvements right away. For example, these tubes were not included. The receiver antennas just did hang out back there, which is not optimal. So use some tubes like this if you can, or just use zip ties and tape the antennas to it. And also the VTX antenna was just hanging out there with this tube installed, so we have a lot of space on top, maybe for something like a GoPro session even. I mean, I've seen drone camps RC installed an Insta360, or you can have a GoPro 7 on it, but that's fairly on the heavy side. On the bottom you have the strap for the battery and this rather bendy frame. It's one of the downsides, the bendy frame. Caddx Vista, the DJI compatible digital mini video transmitter. It's mounted on the top plate, and on the bottom plate you have your flight control and ESC. Nice touch, the motor wires are plugged in there with this white connector here. You see, it's quite a nice and tidy cable work. They soldered on all the cables. You can use the radio link of the DJI system as well. And one good thing about the Caddx Vista is you could also use the red and black wires directly to 6S, because the Caddx Vista is capable of being fed by also 6 cells voltage. Okay, now I see the flight controller board. And in the Betaflight software I saw that the orientation on the yaw axis is 45 degrees, and now you see it. Flight control, ESC, and also 2.4 GHz receiver. So in the middle you see the 2 wires are the antenna wires. And that totally makes sense, because in the excellent manual or printed pages that comes with it, there is a note how you can bind the receiver. And the receiver binding was actually done by a Betaflight CLI command, like bind_tx. So that's really nice that you don't have to press a button and power on the copter. You just type a command on the command line and it binds to your Taranis. So that worked. Against better knowledge, I will rely on the 2.4 GHz link here and will probably not fly too far out with this. Those are 1204 5000 kV motors. I just had a crazy idea for you extra cautious guys. This foam part is 6 grams. So what about flying the thing this way? I mean, of course you would have to take away some of the foam part too. I will try this because it looks dope and it's extra protected this way. Nice. It's also not so terrifying to people around you if you fly with such a foam thingy. Like I was falling through the air. No one but myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of where we've been. Sleeping with your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer,
two places all at once. Wish that what we said would come undone. Feels like our minds have been turned off. Haven't seen each other for so long. I know this isn't a song. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make, and I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 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 You and me are moving. Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving. Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause we're 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 dancing as one.
After this rather bad piloting decision, I found the copter on the ground. It fell from like 4 meters on the tarmac, and the Caddx cable was torn out. It's a good design of Caddx in that case. I just replugged it, and I will use this clever part here. Will release it after you crash. Oh. The other thing about the crash resistance of these TPU parts, it's terrible. So we'll see if I can fix the copter. Okay, glad the Caddx Vista still works, because it's the most valuable part of this copter, as I said. The TPU is not. I mean, one design decision, you screw the top blade into the TPU of the cam, and that holds the top blade in place. Now that's not good. Somehow I think I shouldn't be as proud as I am of this ghetto repair, but look at the nice looks of my new modified version. So this yellow part is originally the plastic part from the LDarc that I never used, because the aluminum one looks way better. Anyhow, this was a nice and easy solution to mount the Caddx cam module. And then I just improvised a bit, and yeah, I think it's sturdy enough. It's not heavier than before. It's 116 grams, and it gets me in the air again. And I will see if I have any other damage than the one on the canopy. So let's get flying again. A bit like a bee with yellow and black stripes. But the good thing is it's 101 grams. With everything, only the battery is missing. So it's really lightweight, and I feel like those protruding frame elements are enough protection for the motors. Those things are really unnecessary because they break quite easily, they are brittle. And the only thing that I kept was the part in the center, because the motor screws would be too long without those plastic parts, spacers. But now this thing really looks nice. Excited to fly it again, but it's a bit too windy. So that's one thing, you don't have a lot of fun with wind and tiny copters, of course. So waiting for a calm evening to FPV this again. Looking nice, everything packs up. I got all the batteries, spare props and the quad in the original carrying case. And I still have this Taranis bag that I randomly use. With battery, I crammed in the DJI goggles there and the Taranis. And it's a nice little park here. And I gotta use the nice weather. Another 6 minutes here with this little 650 milliamp battery. It's really nice degree of freedom to almost can go everywhere. I mean, going further down there behind a lot of bushes, I got stuttery video and like 30 RSSI on the radio. But it's a lot of fun, really, really nice. I gotta be careful if I do power loops and catch it. You need more power there, and there's a lot of oscillations or prop wash or whatever if you catch it, and if you descend. In general, this copter really makes me happy at the moment. That's the best thing such a device can do. It's really nice to circle around the bigger trees here as well. I will link a very old video that I also flew in this little park here up in the castle, so you can compare the technology. But it's truly amazing. I mean, the bitrate can't cope with all the details most of the times. And I fly in high quality mode, focus mode turned off. Maybe I'll try with focus mode turned on. Yeah. But it's really nice.
Please subscribe and also use the bell icon to get notifications when I upload new videos.